Hello and welcome back. Today we will be continuing our run as Biao in Romance of the Three Kingdoms 14. We are in a little bit of a precarious situation again. We've taken several turns without any recording, so it's been several turns since, the end of last episode. But what we have now is we have these guys bearing down on Chaisang. We got about 8k guys to try and cut them off here, and hopefully the catapult tower does some work, but she is very good at taking cities by herself. We're hoping that this cutoff will be effective to kind of help facilitate that. We are going to assign someone down here to govern here so that the place can auto-expand, and we are going to just select whoever is best at expanding as quickly as possible. So we will assign someone else to this port here, probably whoever's best at expanding the commerce, although the port might not be very long under our control as a result of Lu Bu and Zhang Liao, who are both very spooky. We don't want to face them in land combat. Fortunately, we'll probably face them in sea combat, and of course, wouldn't be much of a run without being beset on multiple sides. We were trying to take out this camp. This guy kind of snuck up on us. Vigorous is a very good trait. It allows them to move faster. Hopefully, we managed to get away, but I'm guessing this guy won't be long for this world. We're looking to cut off some supply lines and get in the background here. We got a couple more units. These guys are not very good. Budujin and this guy will not be able to take the city really by themselves in any sort of capacity without any sort of siege. This guy is a little spooky. He does have fire arrows. He is okay, but we have around 7k troops, so I think we'll be fine. And we did manage to clean this up over here. And so we're going to take a turn, and we're going to see what happens here. We forgot to search the area. Whatever. That's not too big a deal. Search is not, it's kind of free money, but yep, so we do manage to get away. Was he assigned to just repair the camp? I don't think so. But he is not going to, we're going to be able to cut off there, assign a governor in there, and we have multiple headed to Chaisang and Guiyang, which we've kind of already covered. I think that we'll be in okay shape, though. He is coming in on the catapult tower. Zhang Liao is looks like he's trying to head off any sort of attempts at cutting off. And so we'll try and see what we can do on this front. And yeah, I think we're just going to be cutting off her kind of thing here. And then we'll be returning to just set fire to these camps. Notably, Sun Ce has aggroed Shan Yu, which is kind of the native tribe, this is not like a normal sort of force. This is 300,000, and you just don't poke the bear, which is why we haven't taken this or this or this. We don't want Shan Yu to just sack Chaisang, which is what would happen if they get upset. And so hopefully Shan Yu kind of uses up some of the resources of Sun Ce here, and that's kind of the hope. We'll be back in just a moment. Alright, we're going to watch how this one shakes out. I think that, this kind of play pattern is pretty well locked in, though, that we can keep cutting off supply lines in here. But this is a little bit of a new one, with Zhang Liao looking to, I guess, get his own supply line cut. Cao Cao and Liu Bei are no longer allied, and Liu Bao and Zheng Jiu, that's us, are no longer allied, so that's kind of a big deal. Looks like Lu Bu is just taking the city. It's a bit interesting. We have a bunch of harvest and other type of events kind of working on. And we'll take a look at the Guiyang situation. But I think that we cut them off before they cut us off. And we're pretty okay here. I think that he's just set, they're just set to conquer as much of this territory as possible. And now that Lu Bu has conquered the main port Pengze, it will be kind of set for this. Now, she has done a ton of damage, so she must have used a tactic here, which is a bit uncomfortable. And we didn't manage to cut her supply line yet. That's not good for us. That's not good for us at all, because that city might get taken. That's pretty unfortunate. She's pretty good at, just knocking out troops. We're going to come in here, and we're going to go to area government, and in particular right here, we are going to assign someone that can conquer the land quite quickly, and then we will let's see what we need here. What do we need? So we have barracks kind of making progress, so we'll see what can do pretty well in the barracks. Probably Deng Long. Might assign this guy. This guy's a little bit of a better minister. Let's assign Deng Long. He's going to work on the barracks here. And so that'll have a bit of a come up. I know we had sent a guy over here who in particular we had sent him over here because he was going to make a good governor for this, because he could conquer a lot of area, and this area has not fully pressed out into down here, and we are looking to do that. I think we don't have anything else we really want to do other than, you know, search. Here we are starting to build up some defenses. I guess we could put in the wires. We have to keep a little close eye on our gold level. We want to make sure that we don't run too low so that we constantly have, you know, enough money to reward people. This is going to be important. But I think that we'll be pretty set here, so let's just take a little search off and see how we can manage to do this. And I think, yeah, hopefully we don't lose the city here. A little bit concerned. If she tactics again, we'll lose the city. But, alright, looks like Zhang Liao is going to get his line cut here. And Lu Bu as well. Oh, maybe not, but Lu Bu is, you know... And now she has her line cut. Now she's confused, so we can march someone out to deal with her. And then this guy will march back. Let's also... We're going to set the area government here. In particular, this place, we are going to reset with someone who's pretty good at conquering the land. We'll use him. He is our warlord as well. He's not the best at conquering the land, but she's over here conquering some of this land too, pressing out our borders so that we have more area under our control. We will march out from here with like a 1k stack with someone with a lot of strength. Leonidu, we can do, let's just do fish. He will just come out, he will relay, and then he'll attack her and then retreat afterwards. She's confused, so she's going to do 0 damage to us, and so we should be able to mop her up quite quickly. We will send him, have him cut off, and then attack here, and we will have him march over here, and then attack him, and they should be able to mop this up pretty well, considering they have some adjacency bonuses and this type of thing. Moving on down south, we should be able to hold this 1v1. We've taken another area, so we're just going to come in here and do area government, and again, we're just going to delegate this one. Yeah, that's fine enough. Our big conqueror guy is right here. We've lost this area, but I think we should be able to swing it out. We'll march this guy down with the idea that we will probably want to cut off supply line of these two gentlemen here. But I think that we probably won't check in again here. You know, it looks like we're mopping this up. We will be kind of transporting guys from here to here and look to really build up a whole lot in Wuling for an eventual push into Lingling. I think that this is our area of ingress. Generally speaking, the way expansion works in this game is you want to make sure you're not creating new fronts. So if we use Jiangxia and we took Lujiang here, we would now need to defend this city, this city, this city, right? We've created a new front for ourselves. But if we push down here into here, we would no longer need to defend Wuling, we would just need to defend Lingling, and so we would not gain an additional front. And so I think that, you know, as a strategy, us clearing out kind of the bottom portion of the map might be really good, because this will, we will push here to here, no new fronts, here to here, no new fronts, here to here, no new fronts, and we eliminate this front, right? And then here to here, no new fronts. And so we can kind of curve out the bottom of the map and also do a lot of this warfare on the ocean, which is going to be tough for some countries, you know, countries that do not have the roofed boats like we do. And so this is kind of our plan for expansion, as it were. So we've taken a few turns, we've defended Chaisang a bit, we've defended Guiying a little bit. Now we are going to be marching out with a guy, Leonidu, to try and hold this just kind of all natural, with the help of the catapult tower over here. We aren't marching anyone over. We probably could. We notably repositioned Hasdrubal Barca inside the city, which might have been a mistake. They're trying to march through here. She's going to have to go grab this port. We're just going to march back and look to defend, you know, back here, and just kind of let this stuff auto-expand out a little bit. bit. We have accumulated a lot of troops here, so we are making a good bit of progress. We got another 2,700 coming from there, 4,300. So we're going to be at about 30k here pretty soon. We do want to accumulate a little more gold here before we look to push Ling Ling, and we're going to look to surround all the outside areas because they receive combat bonuses. You see the little shooting stars. Those are going to be combat bonuses. The AI gets absolutely huge ones. So before we can really march on the city, we do have to capture all the surrounding areas. So we're going to be doing it with help from Guo Yang troops and some, you know, kind of a flanking troop coming around here. Guo Yang, we're going to send out Kuo Quibbing coming around here, and then hopefully we'll like meet in the middle over here and look to push the city. So that's the plan. But let's take a look and see what Liu Nidu can do against Lu Bu and Zhang Liao, who notably do have the roofed boots. They got the boots with the fur, and so this will kind of help them out. We have been trying to poach officers. If she looks to chase us down, she is going to have some trouble because, well, her supply line will get cut off at some point here. Now we have Lu Bu coming in here. They have, you know, 700-800 assault and defense. We have a huge amount, a big honking amount of assault and defense, and so we will be able to hold them here. I think we're going to march out someone to make sure that they don't, you know, make landfall. We're just going to do a little bit of a 2K right here, and we're going to send him right here so they can't landfall there. And then we're going to send also his daughter to kind of back them up, and they will be able to defend in formation here. This is going to be kind of a demonstration of a little bit of stuff, so we're going to relay here and then advance here, and she will be able to defend just fine. If she is very good at taking cities, she's back again, but this area here will get cut off, you know, by the natural spread in Port Puyang, and so her supply line is going to get cut if she does not go and grab that port. So she can't really afford to go for the city straight away. She might, but she can't afford it, and so we will do. Actually, let's just kind of do a quick little reward check. We are pretty good on that front, and then we will just search up with our extra sort of orders, just using the auto search, and we'll take a look and get to see kind of the power of like defending when you have a little bit more going on. These 3K are going to be coming out. We're going to hopefully prevent the landfall, and look, we're only taking 1 damage, 2 damage, this type of thing, and they are not going to be very strong against us. They're eating a ton of damage from the catapult tower. What is this about? Wu Ling has developed quite a bit and become quite crowded. Would you consider expanding the city? Alright, so the city will get expanded. I believe this is because we've brought enough of the stuff up to level 2, just kind of everywhere, and so now it's a medium-sized city, which is going to be good for us. It will have... it will be much more productive. And so you see here, they are, it looks like they're not really trying to make landfall, and so they're just going to eat a ton of damage from the catapult. They are only taking damage from the catapult, not from our troops. So maybe we could back it up a little bit, but I think that they will push in, and so we'll be back kind of to watch the action here. Alright, we are back and ready to watch the action. We actually changed Hasdrubal's orders to kind of just loop around and cut the supply line. If they are just going to sit there, that'll be okay, and if they push in, they will meet Liu Nidu. It looks like they're just... okay, well, that was not exactly what we wanted. He's going to try and cut them off, but he is eating a ton of damage there. Looks like Cheng Sha might be expanding as well to medium, which is quite nice. Getting these expansions here. We will try and capture Lu Bu. We might execute Lu Bu if we capture him. But I think that, yeah, and then she is coming over to go Port Puyang. We have increased our doctrine level, so we can now expand the administration quite a bit, and I'm thinking we do want to get up to max level of fish, which is going to be quite useful, and this is going to be what we're not going to use any siege weapons in this in our next offensive, and fish is the best, generally speaking, of these, so we will come in for that. And so we have now level 9. Let's kind of see, can we do anything that makes a lot of sense? Not quite. We really wish we had a warlord that had some battle stuff, because we only have 2 slots, so there's not a whole lot we can do. We do have another 3 left over, so we could look to maybe... Do we have pen and sword? No. So, we have 3 leftover points. We need to keep the engineers level 4. We need to keep facilities level 4. We could try and, you know, change this up a little bit. Do we have anyone that is Confucian? That is a little bit better. No, so maybe it's time we actually start going into schemes. We could do research terrains at a relatively high level, so we could get this up to level 7 to get falling rocks, and then we would have, I think, do we have 3 points? No, so we don't have quite enough to get to level 10. We could, not exactly sure what we should do here. We could just look to get prepare register up to a higher level. I think we'll just do that. So we'll be recruiting more troops, and we will use a level 3 prepare register if we can't find a Confucian prepare register. So we will just use this, and so now this will be coming up to level 8, which will mean that we get a lot more troops, which will hopefully be good on that front. This Lubu is pretty much handled. We do have to handle her, but she's not going to be the spookiest. She's going to look to take this and then make landfall and push through here. She might even just retreat. She probably should. It looks like he's sending, they're single filing Sun Quan, so we're just going to keep defending against that and really prepare for our push over here. We are a little bit concerned because they have around 3 times the amount of troops we have in Jiangzhou, but I think we can defend Yong'an with this troops. We are bringing up a little bit more over there. We're probably going to move some from there here to there, but yeah, just going to look to defend until we can get Wuling stacked up enough to make an offensive. So we defended Chaiseng pretty successfully, and now Sun Ce is taking a crack at Lubu, which of course we love. We are on December, late December, so we will be getting new officers appearing after the end of this turn, or during this turn when they're coming of age. Wuling is about ready to go. We just need a little bit more gold here, which is this is coming in. That way we can use a siege weapon. I think we're going to use 3 units, a siege weapon, and a support unit to kind of reach around here, and another support unit to kind of reach around here to get all the areas under control. This is kind of, we left off saying that this was going to happen, and it is happening. We should be able to handle it. We're going to have 16 against 22k, which is a pretty okay number. It's not necessarily the best, but it will take them a while to get in here. And we are trying to employ this girlo. She is one of the best officers. She is the custom officer, and it's unlikely that she's going to kind of come our way, but we will be trying. And we have someone come of age, Liang Bao's son, Liang Quan. Not that great from what I remember. He does kind of help with the shipbuilding, and we now have personnel all over the place that are discoverable. Hopefully we rolled some good boyos. I don't have the years memorized like I used to, who appears in what year, this sort of thing. But hopefully we'll be able to get some good boyos, and we're about ready to start marching out of here. We might start marching out some of the support units. Why don't we actually march out the first unit, which is going to be someone to move in the owl formation. And this guy's, all of his job is going to be to try and make sure that we can manage to get these outskirt spots in particular. And we're going to send him out first because he's not going to be using the main road, and it will take him quite a while. If they send out against him, we will get kind of a free push into them, and if they don't, then he'll be able to surround this sort of thing. We will do the same thing we've done against this past few times, is we're just going to look to cut off their back. And we also have, it looks like an event. Let's just quickly check how this is doing. Looks like this is doing okay. That hit a flame trap. Poor Sun Ce. And let's see what event we have here. Dongcheng's Secret Order. Fearing Cao Cao's power, or Cao Cao, Emperor Jian gives Dongcheng a secret order to assassinate Cao Cao, but it is foiled. Let's execute this one and see the lore. While Emperor Xian was supported by Cao Cao, Emperor Xian was also beginning to fear him, and his power grew each day. At this rate, the Han Dynasty will fight a Cao Cao. We have to do something. Bring me Dongcheng. There's something I must discuss privately with him. Dongcheng, thank you for coming. You've done so much. And this, I love how they use the art for Dongcheng with him with holding the secret order. You are like Zheng Gailian and Zhao Hu He, who helped Gao Shu achieve greatness. This is the, I think, friendly name for Liu Bang, who founded the original Han Empire. Don't deserve praise. Don't be so humble. Yada yada. I must give you something. He gives him a gift, which is, of course, a nice thing that he needs to examine thoroughly. And so inside of it, it was it was an article of clothing. Oh, it's a belt. There we go. He found a secret order written in blood, and he confessed fear of Cao Cao, and he's gonna say, all right, we gotta try and make some sort of plan. He hooks up with Liu Bei to make such a plan. And then he wants to kind of get some help. Please help. Take a look at this. This is an assassination order. You damn right it is. Lord Dongcheng, why do you have this? His Majesty gave me this hidden in his belt when I went to visit him the other day, but I do not have the ability to do it on your own. Not going to be able to do it with help, my dear friend. As someone who belongs to the Han Dynasty, would you help me carry out the Emperor's wishes? Let me think. Why do you even have to think? You're the protagonist, boyo. Very well, I'm going to help you out. You will have my army's full cooperation in fighting against Cao Cao from the outside. Oh, it's very reassuring to have your help, Liu Bei. Thank you. Yeah, what army? Now, I shall continue searching for people to help us bring Cao Cao down from the inside. By gaining Liu Bei's cooperation, Dongcheng's plan to assassinate Cao Cao steadily progressed, and the spirits of Liu Bei's army was improved. However, Dongcheng's family member, I don't know how to pronounce this one, secretly shared the plan with Cao Cao, and the assassination was prevented. Dongcheng and his faction fell. Yeah, they were all put to the sword. That's a nice way of putting it. And now these officers die, and the Liu Bei and Cao Cao now view each other as enemies. As they should. So that event just killed off a couple officers. We will be back when we're about ready to march, probably, or when we discover some... Actually, we'll watch the end of next turn, because we are going to discover a bunch of new people. I am guessing, like Liang Quan, who did come of age. He's not that good, but it's kind of whatever. We will be able to employ new boyos that appear, of which there will be several. Like, for example, Huangfu Jiang appeared in Runan, and we're going to try and poach her. She is pretty solid, and she has latent, so her experience will increase, and so she gets better and better and better, and we can try and make a pass at her. Not with Wang Xiao, because we're going to need him to kind of move on out. And so this sort of thing, and then we will be searching our own provinces pretty much everywhere to try and find some boyos of our own. Alright, while we search our territory and kind of see who we might uncover, we're going to take a look at this action here and see how the AI fights the AI. It looks like they're going to have Lu Bu and Zheng Liao come out. We find this guy. He's not very good, but he's not nothing. Who is this? I don't even know who this guy is, which implies he's not very good. We visit Feng Qiao. This is the girl we're trying to poach. It's probably not going to be successful, but when it is successful, it's really good for us. I do believe she got rewarded, so I think her loyalty is 100 again. When loyalty is 100, you cannot employ, and it looks like they're just fleeing for their lives. They're like, this is too much. I'm guessing Sun Tse's supply line's going to get cut there, and he's going to be in bad shape. So, not the best. We probably won't discover too many more officers over the next few turns. We are marching out here, just looking to get the defend. That's going to make things awkward, though, because that's going to make it really hard to cut the supply line. So we might have to revisit the drawing board. We do have 16k troops to work with here, and next turn, I think we will be marching out from Wuling. And so we will be getting ready to do all that. Yeah, that's kind of the state of affairs, so yeah. So I think we're actually in a good enough space right now to march out of Wuling immediately. So we're gonna kind of review what we're marching out with, because we are marching out with some big old boyos. We're gonna march out with these four. Ooh. We actually could use a little bit more troops. I wanted to bring Siege, but if we bring all the Huangs, all these guys are, these three are siblings, and this guy is the father, and so they will all have pretty hefty bonuses for being adjacent to each other, and so moving them all together will be really good. Now, we won't have enough space for a siege unit, because we only have 4k remaining troops, and we do have to be a little bit careful, you know, for reasons, but I think we just move all these guys out in fish formation. Let's see, I know this guy boosts... What does he boost here? There are many units, you get boosted, he's super boosted, and Demolish gets boosted. And so we do care about Demolish score a little bit. And Fish is notably going to be the best against, you know, most troops. But I think what we're going to do first is we're going to teach these, both Huang Jun and Huang Zhe, we are going to teach both of them Disorder. So we're going to come in here, and we're going to go to Learn. This ought to learn you something. We're going to go... These guys both have really high leadership, so we should be able to sort by leadership. And we're going to add Disorder if we have the tomes. We have plenty of tomes, and so now they will learn Disorder. Disorder is the confusion that prevents you from, you know, attacking or doing anything. And so if we have several people kind of being able to disorder the city, this will be pretty good. And so this is going to be kind of one of our strike forces, these 4 gentlemen. We were thinking of marching out with a siege unit. When I was looking at it, I was thinking, hey, we just march out with Wu Kui, these guys. But I think it's better because we get bonuses for these guys being adjacent and they all buff each other. We're just going to max soldiers and kind of a blunt instrument kind of strategy here. And we are going to change up their strategies though, because Chukunu is fine because it can go against a base. And 8 gates is really good, but we're going to go Disorder on their secondary one. This one's fine. It's not the biggest or bestest. We'd probably rather they use 8 gates and Disorder, but and I think if we take out Chukunu, it makes it more likely they use the other ones, but we'll just put it in like this. And we will, Brush and Blade is fine. This increases allies' assault, and it also, which isn't going to be as useful, so we're going to take this out and we're going to put in Disorder. Now this guy, we gotta teach him Disorder too. Actually, we're pretty fine with him just triggering Yuan Majesty. All allied abilities are increased, allied morale increased, so we're fine with him just doing that. That's the only one he can do on the base. This applies Restrained, that implies that, and this will be good. We'll take Calm over Chukunu, that way he can kind of help out. And a lot of these guys have boosting stuff for their allies around them. When use of your force within your range are inflicted with status ailments, the period is shortened, so if any of these guys get status ailments, it'll be shortened. Let's actually do Chukunu. Calm might be a little bit less important. Assault of enemy units is decreased. This guy, again, has Commanding General, which increases the Demolish. We're probably going to demolish them down, but we might not. Let's see. This one, morale of other units is less likely to decrease, and defensive of other units is increased, so they're going to be getting boosted by stuff like Steel General and all the adjacency bonuses. And let's see. Adamant... Adamant's actually really good. Attack damage from buildings is greatly decreased, so he's going to take less damage from the city, and he is going to stand in and be the duelist for these. So maybe we should actually give Huang Jun a weapon as well. So we're going to come in here, we're going to go to Speciality, and we're going to find something... I think we don't want to give him the level 5 one, because it is... I don't think he is the strongest strength. Yeah, well, he's pretty good. And we're probably going to be using him quite a bit, because I think this is going to be a very consistent expansion force we're going to be using. So maybe we'll just give him this +5. It's not, you can get up to +10 items, and this will bring him up to 98 strength, which will be very solid. And so now we are about ready to march out with these guys, and so we will do so with the Huangs. All the Huangs. There we go. Now, we also, I think, want another guy to maybe try and escort. Do we have an owl? No. Okay, so we're going to do this, and we're going to max all the soldiers. We're just going to do kind of a blunt instrument. Everyone's on this. We could maybe do this guy on Goose, but Goose will take a ton of... The defense is way lower. They'll take a ton of damage from the city, even though they can fire over the back of people. If we were defending, we would want him to be Goose, definitely, but not in this case. And then we will kind of make sure that we have... let's have Calm is fine. Calm will only trigger if an ally is... what is it called? In trouble, or has a status ailment of some kind. And we'll do this. And so this looks pretty good. Notably, we are also in our administration boosting Fish specifically, which is this formation, which just gives very, very solid stats. So we're going to do this, and we're going to have them march just kind of straight up towards this province here. And we're just going to have them advance there. This guy is a little bit out in front. And we're going to have him kind of just snake along here, and he's just going to go there. But we're going to add another guy as well with Fei Zhan. Not the best, not the strongest. He is Shen... Ooh, we don't like... He can't set to ignore. That's unfortunate. That's not exactly what we want. So let's see if we have someone with arrow that... they're going to move too slow with arrow. So I guess this is kind of with the super swimming in now. We also have 5k under Huo Quibbing coming on out. And this will be pretty good. The great Huo Quibbing does have dash, and he is leading them in a formation where they can actually do damage. And so he's got dash, so he's faster. He's got divine power. If there are many enemy units, stuff is increased. And he is going to be responsible for taking this area here. Because if we hover over the city, you will see the shooting stars. The shooting stars do buff them. If we take these away, the buff will go away. And also, Huo Quibbing's probably going to cut off these reinforcements. So he's just going to sneak through, go right here. This guy might make a turn to cut off supply lines depending on how things go. Probably not. And I think, yeah, we also have this going on. I think we can just, you know, take a search, just auto search here. We should be fine with this, and we have these guys move out now. I think we're still in a kind of phase where we can discover some more guys, but we probably aren't going to, because we're just in mid-January. We are trying to poach her. It's probably not going to be successful, but when it is successful, it's really nice. So we're just going to keep on doing that. And this guy is going to be coming for... Very nice. This guy's coming for this guy. So we are going to full retreat this boyo. Or snake him around the other side. Or no, wait. He's headed for Zoshan's unit. Now, yeah, he is super spooky, but we are a little bit faster than him, or we should be. So we'll just send him back, back the way he came, and these guys will be coming on forward, and if they encounter, they should be able to take on the 1k Genghis Khan, who does have a, you know, a tactic that's pretty spooky, so we just want to... Hopefully he doesn't do, like, 10k damage worth of guys, because that will be a bit uncomfortable if he does. But we'll just have them march out. But I think we'll have him come for this now. And the idea is we're again reducing the adjacencies. If we take a look, he's going to be picking up 2 adjacencies now. We can get rid of this one, but we're going to get rid of this one, which is going to, yeah, we've kind of already discussed this. So we're going to come on forward here and do some money moves. So we're going to keep marching forward here and take a look. We do have this guy coming back. Genghis Khan is really spooky. Even with 1k troops, he's still got an enormous amount of assault. But we'll see exactly what his plan is. He is going to be getting cut off. Hopefully... She is another officer we are trying to poach. And I think this was getting upgraded to medium size. We'll start getting a lot of those, and it will help with the eco quite a bit. Now, I think we'll just have this guy snake back around, kind of come this way, and then this way, and look to get into this that way. We will be cutting off, you know, his route. You can see the how you know that these guys are supporting each other is you can see the yellow links between them. So they have very high stats right now. You know, in the 1Ks, this guy's extremely high stats. And so we will just have all these guys. We'll say, hey, start marching on the city. Now, we don't really want to get accosted outside the city. Or we don't want to, we want to set it up so that they have to come outside the city, but we also want to cut off this line of ingress here, so we will try and do that. We will have these guys out in front a little bit, and we will have the little more vulnerable guy kind of in back. Yeah, there we go. And so that, I think, will be a good strategy here. Now, Huo Quibbing is a little bit vulnerable, so we might not want to move him quite so far, but he does have dash, so he could probably escape back out if he needs to. So we'll do some stuff and be back. Looks like Lubu's forces might be over chasing here. Kind of, he can't retreat, he has to chase, so that might be the case of what's going on over there. But hopefully we manage to get up and nice and close. Once we, you know, get into the territory, yeah, so this is kind of what one thing we were concerned about was, and he just gets the tactic off anyways, but facing off against this guy is something we were concerned about here, and he is going to, yeah, look at that damage. But we hit him with Radiant Thrust, which is going to be big nice, but he cuts our supply line. Oh, jeez, that's so grim. That's really not ideal, because now we're confused. We're gonna get wrecked here. I think we need to try and rush. This just hasn't happened. Just hasn't shook out the way we wanted it to. We're gonna need to send out another guy from here to kind of do the same thing. But the fact that we got our supply line cut is just absolutely backbreaking. We're gonna send out this boyo here. I don't think he's reckless. Yeah, he is reckless. Okay, so we don't want someone who's reckless. We're just gonna send out kind of more of a throwaway guy instead of a really tier 1 type guy, with the idea that we're probably gonna lose this as Hannibal comes back, and this strategy is not gonna quite work. So we're gonna come in through here and try and do this. In the event that Hannibal does not pick up you know, this area here, which he almost certainly will, we are going to move a guy onto it so that he can try and get it. So we're gonna, or try and conquer some of the territories. We're gonna look for someone who has a lot of conquer land, and we're gonna use him. And then auto point, we're gonna delegate. That'll be fine for now. We're gonna march another guy out of here though. Now, what can we use? Do we have an owl guy? We do. He managed to get back safely. He was not captured. And he's just going to beeline it over to here. Again, hope that Genghis Khan doesn't come over again and try and deal with this. But this has not been necessarily a very good turn for us. But we do have, like, close to 30k troops right here. I think we're going to avoid Genghis Khan. We actually might just want to march a guy out to deal with him, because we might want to capture him. So can we, do we have anyone? Wu Kui probably could do okay. We'll send him with 2,000. Hopefully we don't get absolutely wrecked, but we'll send him to deal with it. I think he should be able to, because he's going to be confused and stuck for a hot minute. And I think we just prepare to kind of push our guys into here. And so we're just going to come here with this guy. Here with this guy. We will not aggro the city on these spots, but we will be able to, you know, get in there pretty quickly if we have to, and they will just hold that formation. We're going to reward, of course, any boyos that need rewarding, like that guy. And we're going to double check the employ, but other than that, we're just going to be searching again and then passing the turn here. Kind of critical little point in time. Is he maybe stealable? Maybe he is. Probably not, but when you get someone with a poach, it's a pretty big deal, so yeah, this is unfortunate we've lost this guy. We will try and, maybe he's not aggroed on us. If he's not aggroed on us, we're going to try and just retreat him back, I guess. Or just re-establish a supply line, and then come in and kind of go this way. It's probably not going to work, but we'll see what exactly Mr. Hannibal Barca does. He's probably just going to wreck him and then head back to the city, or wreck him and then head back to fend these guys off here. Yeah, just 800, boom, brocade assault. I don't think he was captured, but it is going to be a little bit rough for us. We've managed to lower the loyalty of a really good person, and he's just headed back to try and do more. Now the problem is he's going to have several adjacency buffs as we're pulling up here, so we... He won't have as many in here. He'll have 3 here, but if he's over here, he will only have... Oh, he'll still have 3 if he's over here. So I guess it really doesn't matter. We could just full retreat. I think that against 4K troops, we're not going to do that, especially because he just used his tactic over here, so his tactic juice won't be recharged. I think we will try and take another quick turn and then be back for the pass. So of note, up north, we do have some guys coming in. We are going to sit Zhang Ji, who's a really strong general, the really strongest of the strong, on this port and say, you can't really take it, you're going to be screwed with those boats, and hopefully he can, you know, make short work of these guys. But we do have someone constructing a fort back here to kind of help back him up on that front. And then on top of that, we do have another guy snaking around from the back to kind of deal with that. We have here kind of, we're trying from both sides to get a supply line cut, kind of at an opportune time. This is a lot of troops, you know, nearly double what we have in the city, and the city is not fully upgraded on defense quite yet from it moving to a medium. So we got that going on. We have this going on here, and let's take a turn pass and see how it shakes out. We are just getting these guys into position. We're not marching them out, and we have, hopefully Hannibal doesn't make short work of our guys. Although I think they'll make short work of Genghis Khan here. And maybe it's the case that we should have made it so that we would collapse on Barca here. And I think we could still do that because our turn's just ending here now. So I think we just collapse on Hannibal Barca here. And look to present kind of a pocket, or actually just have all these guys attack Hannibal Barca here. Or we'll actually, no, we'll set them all to have attack. And hopefully they don't march anyone out from the city to pull them under the city. But I think they should all aggro Hannibal Barca and make short work of him. Maybe not short, maybe short work's not the right phrase. I think he will still do a lot of damage here, but it's just 4k troops, and then we're kind of smooth sailing into the city. I think we'll just have Wu Kui kind of help out with Hannibal and then retreat if it is necessary. We'll see if it's necessary. And then we got both these guys kind of snaking around to cut off the city from the last of its help. Now here we have, they're all, looks like they're kind of coming on in, and so we will cut the supply line here now, I think, and then we will look to just move back there. I think we'll move out here and just kind of sit here in case we need to cut the supply line there. But once they get on up to the city, notably these guys do have an adjacency benefit because they're both. This is the this is the father of that guy, and so that'll be a thing. I don't think. I'm trying to think if we need to march anyone out. I think we're in relatively good shape here. We do have to be a little bit concerned. We're trying to cut off their supply line here. So I think we're just going to come here and wait. And we are hoping not to fight Zhao Yun on the river with this guy. But he'll be decent on the river versus Zhao Yun. Maybe we just want to put him in the water and kind of hold him back a little bit. We are trying to just set up a nice defensive perimeter. And then here, we can maybe add like something here to prevent him from coming on up. So we can build here. We can build a fire trap or a pitfall. Pitfall's probably a little bit better. Let's build that trap there, because she is going to be standing right there, so we don't want Guan Yu to kind of, well, then Guan Yu will be in on her anyways. So we'll just wait there, and hopefully don't get too wrecked up here while we're, you know, trying to take this city, or wrecked over here. We will take a quick reward through on everyone who we can. Quo Quibbing, poor guy, has been defeated multiple times now, but he is one of the fastest boyos, so he's the best guy for the job. We will do that, and then we'll check the employee. Other people's, you know, loyalty should be down. Genghis Khan, whose unit we kind of took down a little bit. Maybe we can pick him up. We will. Anyone who's 10 or less, we'll actually send, because Genghis Khan's super good. So we'll just try and employ with just about everyone. Yeah, I guess this is what we're doing. We're just going to try and employ with 19 dudes, and see how this shakes out here. And hopefully, yeah, so he should have his tactic now. Hopefully he just doesn't do like 15k damage or something. I'm hoping the damage is minimal. Oh my god, we're gonna go through 19 of these. Sorry, we couldn't get him. I really wish the redundancies did not work like this, because we are aware that Genghis Khan is not available here. And they're just gonna tell us to us 19 times. Which seems gratuitous, but that probably means he's marching out immediately now. Of course, we haven't seen the number shift here, so he hasn't marched out yet. So this boosts everyone's defense. Looks like he used a tactic that confused our guy. He's put down a decent amount of damage. Oh, we're wrecking him. Okay, cool. Yeah, he's got 2k assault, but we have so many adjacencies. that we have like really good numbers as well, and then everyone will kind of head towards the respective areas here that they have kind of grouped up, and we pick that up right there. So Liu Bei is still advancing. We're going to take a quick look. Yang An is in battle. Oh, we didn't get this yet. We did not get the cutoff. That is not ideal. But I think we might just march out here anyways. We've been using Guanzhong. I think we'll continue doing it, but we're going to put this guy in as well. So we're going to put in all of our troops here on Snake. And we're going to put him here. And the idea is he's just going to sit there, and then we'll put a couple thousand on this guy under Bo, who should be able to, you know, maybe get something done. Maybe we should put Disorder on this guy, but we're gonna pass for now. So we are only keeping 6k behind. We might have to do something else, but I think once we get the cutoff, we'll be in good shape. We're gonna... I wish we had actually brought a reasonable amount of troops here, but we didn't. I think we just get the cutoff and then toot it and boot it, so we're gonna send these guys back. We are also going to set someone as the governor here who has a huge amount of conquer land. That way he can kind of fill in the gaps as soon as they're all in on Yang'an. And we have here what should be pretty easy cuts. We're going to relay, we're going to come here, or try and advance to here. Hopefully he's just pushing in, and that's the plan. We could probably move on over in some way. Is there a good way to do this? So that she has decent coverage and the building still gets built. I think there's really not. Other than sending out another unit, which I don't think is what we want to do. Okay, we got Zhang Fei and these guys coming too. That's not ideal for us. I think we need to send over some assistance from here. Now, we're going to send over Hasdrubal, maxed out soldiers, and Hamilcar, maxed out soldiers, I think. And these guys both use the river. They should be there relatively shortly, so that'll be good. But this one's looking pretty grim. Oh, a lot of pain on all sides, because we diverted a lot of resources to be able to do this attack from other cities, and it kind of weakened them and left them a little bit vulnerable. And so now we're kind of reaping that reward, I suppose. Is it going to be... We're just checking the employee to see if there's anyone who looks pretty good that is somewhat near us. We've been trying to get her for some time now. We'll send out a whole bunch. This should... And we will see if we can estrange her again, which is what we've been doing kind of continuously. She would be extremely strong if we could get it. Unfortunately, she's very smart, so she's hard to get the tactic down on. So we'll just take a search with the remainder of our kind of maneuvers. And we will get ready to push here. So we're not going to push immediately. We're just going to get everyone in a position to push and look to, you know, occupy these two spots. Hopefully they don't march out. If they march out, it's going to be a little bit annoying because our guys will step forward and just eat a bunch of arrow fire. They don't. Perfect. So they're just getting in position. So let's watch what's going on here. Guanzhong is doing dueling Pei Rong. I think we're okay with that. Yeah, so we're going to crush him here. It's dueling time, baby. Again, no player agency. This is a, you know, in previous iterations of the game, you have a sense of agency. But, that's not good. Wow, really? Come on. Well, we don't get injured, so that is a plus. And he's taking a lot of damage here. And so we're going to have to look to cut supply lines here. His line is cut, but he cannot be confused. I think we just try and, you know, tuck her a little bit. and cut Guan Yu's supply line now. He will take a ton of morale damage though, so that is nice, but we got these guys coming on in, but we have also reinforcements coming, so hopefully we can manage that. They also don't have very good boats, so they're going to be in awkward shape. We're going to move Guanzhong back. He was kind of setting up to defend something, and it's no longer needed. And these guys will just kind of converge, and we will send these boys in. And we will just kind of come in and go directly in on it. I think that we should be able to do it. We're going to try a fire attack there. We're going to check. We're going to do some, like, checking of things and be back with this. Alright, let's see if we can take this city. We run this city. Hopefully. They might march out. That might mess with our plans a little bit. Okay. So they're just headed up. We get restrained immediately. Not ideal. She's up to a max loyalty. Guanzhong is dueling Pei Rong again. We also marched another dude out. We're just looking to get these guys kind of wiped out while they're still confused, while they're still crying, screaming, and throwing up. I think we'll just skip to the end. We get defeated again somehow. Kind of ridiculous. Low variance, and we just lose 8k troops, which is actually horrible for us. Or we can't retreat. Yeah, we just lose 8k troops. Jesus, that's so unfortunate. There's really not a duel we should be losing either, so, like... Yikes. We might not even win this anymore now. This might be the loss of the city. That's super unfortunate. Because he's more likely to duel as well. We do get our tactic Heaven's Warrior off, so this should crunch him pretty good. Yeah. But, oh, this is not looking good. Not looking good at all. I mean, they do have their supply line cut for now, but... I think this guy's not going to be able to fight these two, no? Interesting. Not sure where he's going. I guess he's going for the port. He's gonna aggro onto these guys, though. And, I think we can just have him repair and then retreat. And have him repair and then retreat. And then this guy could just come back. And then we'll send someone out of here who's got to be fast, real fast. I think we know who. To try and help Yong-An, because that was a horrible development for us. And so she should be here pretty quick, but we'll see. I think since these guys are not confused anymore, we will just enter the city with everyone and look to play a little defense. And she will come on over and hopefully help out a decent amount. We are in on the city. I guess we didn't even really take much visual of us coming in on the city. But this should be enough, I think. We're going to reward everyone, kind of look to take... man. Come on, Guanzhong, why'd you... He wasn't injured either, so he just ate a ton of... He just... Variance, man. That's super unlucky. That's so unlucky. See, normally if you're like 10 shy, which is what we were, that's like... it's extraordinarily unlikely for that to happen, and... Alright, well, we're just gonna search up. We should probably check around to redo some stuff, but we're just gonna take the turn and look to see what we managed to get done here. These guys do notably have less of a... It's unfortunate we didn't get the full surround before getting in here, but yeah, we get disordered down on the city. Oh, we got captured too? Oh, that guy, that's so not good. That's another 3k troops down, but us disordering the city is really good for us, because it means they can't fire us back. So this guy just got captured. And it looks like they might be retreating. Not exactly sure. We'll look to maybe cut their supply line if they are retreating or aren't retreating. As after this guy comes through, we'll look to have her cut the supply line, I think, of this new guy who's coming on up. I will just advance to here. I don't think they're going to take our city in that short an order, but we lost a boy from our administration. The guy who was giving us a whole bunch of fish we lost, which is kind of annoying because we're currently trying to take stuff. So we're going to put in this guy instead, who this guy's better and we should have been using anyways, which is going to boost everything. Actually, I think we'll just take the biggest fish we have because this is what we're using right now, which is really a 2. That's grim. And we'll just put something in here. Research terrains, I guess. Just feels bad. Feels super bad. We'll just put that in. It's not going to be too big a deal. We'll actually do a little bit more stuff and then be back with hopefully the capture of the city to round out the episode. Alright, let's have a go here. We are ready to pass the turn. You know, what's going on up north is kind of handled to some extent, and we are really demolishing very quickly all of this. Looks like we got a tactic. What is this? I'm not used to this thing, the gates being opened is kind of a new thing, but we instantly shoot down that guy, and now, I think we have the city, just about? Or is that a tactic? I'm not even sure what that is. But yeah, we're not taking much damage because all these guys are boosting each other's stats, notably defense. We do employ pay wrong, so we did manage to poach an officer, so this is really nice for us. Of course, we might lose an officer because he got captured, but this is how it goes. And we capture the city. We lit it on fire first, but we captured it. We captured some enemies. Li Yan's pretty good. This guy's very good. We're just going to employ and then detain these boys. And look to move everyone who's here into the city, I think. These guys will all just come on in. Yeah, he's coming on in, and he can come on in as well. He will be a new minister for this territory. We're probably going to need to pull some officers there. Let's check how things are going here. I think they're going well enough. I think we got this defense pretty handled. We're just going to come here and then look to go snake up a little bit and come here and cut off after this guy kind of tries to be a hero, I guess. Hopefully she's pretty strong and can like 1v1 this guy. I think she should be able to. We're kind of sending on back, and these guys we will send on back as well. And with that, I think we're going to take the event here we got for subjugating Southern Jing province. We're going to execute it. We're going to say, hey, we got Southern Jing province, my guys. We already have Northern... Oh, we don't have all of Northern Jing. But this gives us doctrine experience, which is pretty nice. It's not going to be enough to push us over the edge, but I think we're going to conclude the episode here. We have taken our first city here in this episode, and so that is super nice. I think the plan moving forward is going to be waiting for Cao Cao. Hopefully Cao Cao, we see it here now. We're hoping that Cao Cao takes Runan, and after Cao Cao takes Runan, that we can finish off Liu Bei and take Xinye. This would be really nice. Xinye is kind of a tough city to defend, relatively speaking, but if we could take Xinye, while it's Liu Bei's last city, we'll get most of his officers. And we're going to try and probably take both of these cities as well, and do this to kind of secure ourselves a nice foundation. We could, other than that, maybe try and push this way instead, and look to secure all of this left corner of the map, because if we secure this, we'll only have this additional front. We would move this, we'd take all this, and then we would have the front up here. And so we can make sure we have really good officers on every front. But same as if we take both these pink cities, and I think it's going to be easier for us to take both of these than us to take all this. Not exactly sure. But I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and other than that, have a good one.